The flip reset, a mechanic that went from being not used at all to now being one of the most used mechanics at a higher level. In this video, I'm gonna cover whether the flip reset is a good mechanic to learn and whether it is useful in competitive play. If you enjoy these types of videos, make sure to subscribe and like the video and join our Discord down below in the description. So the flip reset is now one of the most popular mechanics in the game, but did you know that there was a time where the flip reset wasn't even a mechanic in the game? A mechanic impossible to do, as you would only get your second jump after you initiated the first jump, and there was no way of resetting it or keeping it. So for example, if you went off the post or the ceiling, you wouldn't have your flip. However, all of that changed when the 1.11 patch update came out in Rocket League in 2016. Now this update didn't even mention that you can keep your second flip after falling off the ceiling or driving up the post, as this mechanic was only added because of the new lab maps. You see, there was a map where there was 2 ramps on each side of the map that would shoot you up when you drove up on them. And Rocket League devs thought it would be a cool idea to still keep your flip after driving up that ramp. And that's how players discovered that when you fall off the ceiling or drive off of the post, you will still have your flip, which is something you couldn't have before. But then, on March 3rd, 2016, a player by the name of Okin has the first ever recorded flip reset. But that innovation didn't change much in the Rocket League scene, as players just found the mechanic to not be very useful at a higher level, because they weren't mechanically advanced enough to simply go up the wall, get a flip reset, and make a play out of it. However, the freestylers saw it as a very good freestyling mechanic, so they started practicing the flip reset every single day, until Jazer and what he called the jump reset montage came out. Now today, these shots wouldn't be as impressive as they were back in the day, but that montage has really popularized the flip reset mechanic. And then after a while in 2018, First Killer vs Rettles flip reset contest 1v1 came out on Johnny Boy's channel. And this video really showed people how the pros haven't been practicing their flip reset nowhere near as much as the freestylers, as they couldn't even get one flip reset during the whole span of the 5 minutes, and they had to go into overtime in order to score one. But then once the mechanic was getting more popular and players were getting more mechanically advanced, 2 pros in particular started practicing the flip reset: Squishy Muffins and Justin. Those 2, comparing to other pros, were exceptionally good at the flip reset, as Squishy is the first ever pro to score a flip reset in the pro play, as he did in RLCS Season 6.
Passes to himself,
he
flip
gets it.
reset, can he do it? Squishy Muffins! Torment finishes it off! What a play from Squishy and Cloud9!
After that RLCS, a lot more other pro players started learning it, and then it became more and more popular as time went on. And then moving on to forward RLCS seasons, there were more flip resets scored to what is now known as one of the most popular mechanic in the game. Well, now that we know the backstory of the flip reset, we have to answer the question, is the flip reset actually that useful? Well, to put it simply, yes and no. Now, why yes? Well, at a higher level, and by higher level I mean GC and above, the flip reset is a very useful mechanic, as players in GC have way better mechanics, they're way faster in the air, and they can just get the flip reset and still have control of the ball to outmaneuver their opponents. So why isn't it a useful mechanic? Well, it's only not a useful mechanic at a lower level, as players are not mechanical enough to be able to get the flip reset consistently and fast enough and have good control of the ball. So I wouldn't recommend practicing the flip reset when you're under champ 2, maybe above that you can, but under there's no point, as you can simply outplay your opponents by a very simple play. However, at the higher level, the flip reset is one of the most crucial mechanics, as it's very tough to outplay your opponents on the ground, and it's much easier in the air as you have less control over your car. So it makes it way harder for the defenders to defend against the flip reset. And even I, a GC3, score a flip reset every second or third game. That's how important it is. Pretty much every single time a player at my level goes for an aerial or an air dribble, they turn it into a flip reset, as it just makes it a lot harder for the defense to defend against. So yeah, this is my take on whether the flip reset is an actual useful mechanic, and to reiterate, I think it's useful at the higher level, but not as useful at the lower level. So if you're champ 2 and below, don't worry about the flip reset. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, again, like the video, subscribe to the channel, join our Discord, and yeah, peace.